Man, it's hard to fade out on that volume thing on title. I tried to do it smoothly, but I failed. Ha! Thank you for triggering that sound alert again. No. Yes. Yo. Yo, what up? Yo, what up? What up?
Hello, motherfucker.
My camera's positioned weird? What do you mean? Hey, slop globberer. So, what's wrong? Is it because my forehead's clipped? 'Cause last time I lowered it because I was told it was aiming too high. Oh, it says Super Thanksgiving. I knew I forgot shit. God damn it. This seems about right. Yeah? But yeah, like the camera thing is like if I raise it, it's gonna be too high when I sit down later. Nothing is ever perfect. I look healthy. Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm the healthiest I've ever been. There's no filter. This is real. This is not a Photoshop face. Blurs out the sadness. God damn it. How are you guys doing? I wanted to check in with the folks before the holidays. Jackie going in for the kill, you know. Yeah. I've been dying a lot. No, it's fine. You know, I think I've said this before, but like throughout the times, like the days when I don't stream, sometimes I think to myself, next time I stream, I should talk about that. And then I go and click live, and then I don't remember. I don't remember what I wanted to talk about. Also, you know, the thing is, like, people chime in and out. I ain't sure what they call kill them with kindness, Jackie, but I appreciate the effort. That's what they call. What is that? It's like, that's why it's called Guns N' Roses, right? It's like that hippie movement way back when. You stick a rose inside the gun of your assailant. A bad band? Yeah. It's Daisy. What? Guns and Daisies? I just realized, like, I have chest hair. I just realized that. No, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I just started the hippies put a daisy as cheaper, right? The daisies are cheap. Yeah. So I just went live. People will chime in and out, and I don't know, man. If I wanted to talk about something to everybody, I can't really plan it because everybody's not always there at the same time. Sometimes everybody's not there at all, which is fine. It's fine. It's not like I have anything to announce or anything. It's just like It was the same thing at the party yesterday. Like people asking me, "So how are you doing? Like, what's up? Like, why are you off work?" And I'm like, The first people that asked me, I just didn't respond because I was like, I'm gonna be asked that all night. Like, I don't wanna. I appreciate that, Jackie. But then eventually, I just like started talking about it, and I realized I said different things to different people. And if they talk to one another, they might be like, who is he lying to? It's not that I lied to anybody. It's just that I said different pieces of the story to different people. Yeah. Come on, Travis. Help me out. Thank you, Travis. It's all in the. Yeah, that's right.
It's all in the.
It'll take a while to trigger. So yeah, during my time off from work, I had tests done for my heart because I felt tension in my chest, and I was like, "Oh shit, here we go again." So I actually, like, the first test I got was before I was on leave, and I asked the doctor, is it possible for me, you think, to go on leave just to take care of myself physically? And he was like, yes, but like he said he was not the doctor to do that for me, because you need a doctor that you can see regularly, right? And I was like, okay. Kept that in mind, right? And then I talked to a psychotherapist about, me not being happy, and like he reminded me that it's important to know what you care about, what are your values, what are the things you want to do, right? And I was like, yeah, that's true, because I haven't been doing things I want to do. From OK Go is a great song. Here It Goes Again. Yeah, OK Go is a good band. I like him. What do you want to do? Well, that's the thing. I figured that out. I was like, I've been meaning to be creative, and I have not been creative, and I find myself daydreaming about creating shit, and I have not been doing that. So that's the thing. I went on leave also because I knew I had a psychiatrist appointment coming up, and I was like, I'm gonna need time to adjust to whatever they're gonna say at a psychiatrist appointment. They try to make you a psychopath. Yeah, pretty much. Hi Mel, what's up? So I went on leave for that, to take care of myself physically and mentally with a plan. And I started going swimming regularly, and I bought some weights to do the weight shit. And then I got tattooed, so I can't swim anymore. Hi, other Mel. 2 Mels at once. So yeah, I got my appointment for my heart. I had to. I tested. I had a nuclear scan after effort. Right, I jogged on a treadmill for a bit until I could take it anymore. And according to a chart on the wall, I am like at about 60%. Like if you take all of the men between 30 and 40, I'm about 60% when it comes to like how much I can do. I can run, like how much physical effort I can make. And I was like, wow, that's much higher than I expected. I thought I was a piece of shit. Which, that's why I'm glowing. That's right. And the test results came back, and they were like, the tension in your chest is probably just stress because everything looks okay. And I'm like, cool. I'm just stressed out. That's fine. And then I went to see a psychiatrist for mental health, and I was like, okay, I've always been depressed my whole life. I have a hard time being happy with anything, so depression maybe. And then I was like, I have a hard time focusing on anything, so ADHD maybe. And then I just like, they asked me a bunch of questions. I talked about myself for 2 hours with like a psychiatrist and his 2 pupils. And are my quotes working? Yeah, cool. And after those 2 hours, basically the psychiatrist looked at me. I think I told most of you that, but he basically looked at me and he said, "I'm sorry. I know this is not what you want to hear." So I'm like, oh no, here we go. "What's wrong with me, sir?" And he said, "I don't think you're mentally ill." And I'm like, oh, I see. So what he says is that I struggle with like well-being, and that's normal. Mentally ill people can be happy, and mentally sane people can have the hardest times. It's not like, the biggest difference is that mentally ill people can have like a physiological reason why they're struggling. They might be lacking something in, I don't know, the chemicals in their brains or whatever, and they can have pills to help them cope with that. And I basically, medication is not doing much for me because there's nothing to fix. And I'm like, oh, so I'm just normally being in a mental existential crisis in a healthy way. Yeah, exactly what Eddie says. The doctor said, "Get good." And like, I cannot, like, meds can't help me. I just need to change my perspective. I need to go to therapy and work really hard on how I perceive things and myself. And I'm like, cool. Thanks. So what I'm saying is that I went on leave thinking I have physical problems and mental problems I gotta fix. I saw professionals about those. They say, no, you have no problem. And now I'm like, oh. They're saying like, stop whining, man. You're in perfect health. Just live your life, you idiot.
Woo! That'll get the heart pumping.
Hey, stop it, you guys. I'm invoicing you now. Like, I don't want you to think that I don't pay attention to you when we chat, because I know, like, that's none of this. Like, even when I talk to psychotherapists, psychologists, it's always the same. Like, they say things that I'm like, yeah, I know. I heard that before. But there's a difference between, like, knowing something and having heard of something or having thought about something and just, like, being in full consciousness of it. Or, like, realizing that, oh, shit, it actually might be true. You could look at it like that, Jackie, but it's not. Those psychiatrists exist for a reason, right? And that's the thing, it's like the whole perception thing, because I told the psychiatrist, like, I've seen over, like, probably a dozen psychologists since my son was born. And every time, there's always something that I'm like, it just doesn't click. Like, of course, like, that one psychologist who told me that fetuses inside of a woman's body will grow differently if their dad doesn't want them. I'm like, fuck you, man. Like, that's just hateful speech for any unwanted child. Like, it's not, you're a bitch. And I stopped going to her because she's a bitch. No, she was not a bad person. She's just dumb. But, like, some psychologists, they give you actual advice that makes sense to some people, but I'm just like, yeah, but it's always the yeah, but. I did not fall in love with a bitch. I did not fall in love with any of my psychologists, no. No. I'm saying that like I'm disappointed. But yeah, it's like the occupational therapist saying like when you feel anxiety, touch 5 surfaces, identify 5 sounds, and it's gonna take you out of the anxious moment. And I'm like, yeah, I tried it. I felt anxious. I did the 5 surfaces thing, and then I was like, it's true. I stopped feeling anxious for a second there, and then the anxiety came right back. It's like the world is on fire, but it's okay. You can touch 5 surfaces. Like, there's always like, know what I mean? Imagine falling in love. What the goat do? Touching 5 surfaces. The only thing I love is Pomni. I read porn there for a second. It was like, oh, that's not a male I know. So yeah, that's the thing. Like every time I talk to a psychologist, psychiatrist, psychotherapist, that's the thing. It's always like, yeah, I heard that before, but it doesn't work for me. And then we go to it's a matter of perspective. We go back to this. I dive into anything thinking it's not going to work out. Anything. So obviously it doesn't, because I don't believe in it. That's it. Right? Stop being sad. Exactly. That is the pro tip. That's exactly manifesting everything not working. Pretty much. Mel, you did talk about manifesting things for a while, right? I think we talked about that before. Just do it. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to just do it.
Space boobies.
But I find myself, like, even as I'm trying to learn game design and I'm trying to move things towards an actual project that could happen, every other day I'm like, this is not gonna work out. I push myself, but I have a hard time believing it. Sorry. I was able to draw boots, and they were shitty boots. McMells and McDonald's. But that's the thing. Even though my head, my brain always goes to like, I can't. You gotta keep going. My normal healthy brain keeps telling me I can't do it. My normal healthy brain, and that's the thing. Like when I stop myself and I'm like, okay, like I'm a person. I think I'm relatively smart. When I compare myself to others, sometimes people are just fucking idiots, and I'm like, okay, they have jobs, they're functional, they have lives, they're okay, so I can be. And then I see other people who are not dummies, and I'm like, that person, like, are they really any smarter than I am? Maybe, but they made it somewhere. Like they're lead programmers, they're fucking studio heads. Why them? Why not me? Right? It's always like I compare myself to those people, and I'm like, I don't feel like I am any dumber than they are, so I should technically be able to do it. Don't compare yourself, but like I'm comparing myself positively here. The thing is, like, if other people can do it, so can you. That's the perspective I'm trying to have right now with that train of thoughts. And that's kind of what led me to, like, maybe I have like a problem with concentration or like assimilating information, memory, and all that jazz. Apparently I'm healthy, so I just gotta believe in my memory for my memory to work. So yeah, that's the thing. If they can do it, so can I. Yes, I felt like there was more to say there, but that's basically the gist of it. Unless you're whining or winning. But is it possible not to compare yourself? Are you guys able to not compare yourselves at all? Oh, come on, Juan. That is too kind. It's too much. It's not true. You know everyone else here in the chat. I'm not the best of us. The best of us. Like The Last of Us, but different story. Mel, that's the healthy way, but is it the actual way? Do you never watch a YouTuber and like compare your work to theirs, you know? Or like, do you never see like a Disney park video and be like, why do they have 4 times the views than I did? I'm not saying you should, I'm asking if you do. I get inspiration, it's not competitive. Okay. Competitive. If I may, another kind of like positive comparison I did recently is I went to see a show not too long ago of people from Montreal, which I hope are not watching right now. But like their music was okay. It was just like, I could do that. I could do better. But they're on stage. Like they're doing the thing. They're having fun. They're living their lives. And I'm here in the audience being like, yeah, it's cool. Like I was like, it was a good experience. I'm glad I was there, and they're not bad. I'm just thinking like I stopped because I felt I was not good enough to do it. I stopped my band because I watched my live show and I was like, shit, I'm always off key. What the fuck is this? And I was like, I'm horrible. I can't. Yeah. You know you can improve, or you just don't fucking care. It's fun. It's for fun. You do what you feel like doing. It doesn't matter if you're good or not. And that's the thing. I care too much. That's the thing. The psychiatrist I saw insisted more than once during the talk that I care about what other people think of me, and I'm like I admit I crave external validation, but I don't care when people don't like me. Fuck them. Let them go, right? I don't care. So like when I stopped doing live shows, it's because I was not happy with my own performance. It's not because I was like, oh, people are gonna think I suck. I don't think I care about that much. I will need a few people to like confirm that I exist and that I'm not horrible, but I don't think I care that much about what people think of me. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Thank you. I sometimes analyze my past self, of what I have done in the year, and from that improve myself. That's the healthy way. I went to therapy once, but I didn't feel like it was the thing for me. At the end of I'm competitive, so I'm always comparing myself, but at the end of the day, as long as I'm happy, it's fine. Are you happy, Eddie? You seem like a happy person.
What the fuck?
I admire when people are anything I'm not. I'm sorry, I accept stupid. Sorry, I missed a couple chats. You can improve. Just perfectionism makes you afraid of failure. Yeah, that's also a thing. Like I'm here. Let's say I know I'm not at the bottom of the hill, but I'm here. I want to be there. I'm just trying to be in the screen right now, and I want to be there. And then I know that getting there takes a while, and you gotta accept being able to just take one step at a time every day. Not even every day, like every week. Just do a little here and there to improve or to go towards the goal, and that should suffice to be happy. But I want to be, it's not a straight line. Like it looked like I made it straight, but like it's crooked, and sometimes you go back down at the step, and it's don't fucking give up, keep going, because giving up is what makes you a potato. That plays Beyond Contact and watches The Walking Dead nonstop for 3 months. No, I know, Jackie. I'm not saying you didn't never said it. They're great vegetables, but aren't they like carbs? I got like 100 less achievements than last year though. Carbs ain't bad. Carbs in too big a quantity is bad, or carbs without other stuff is bad. If you just get carbs, it's not enough. Clean carbs. Clean your potatoes before eating them with soap. Some people eat too much carbs. That's me. That's me, baby. Man, when I was in school, all I ever ate was fucking spaghetti. Spaghetti for lunch, spaghetti for dinner, and not just like a single serving, like a serving for 2-3 people. Soapy potatoes. I mean, there's a lot of soap out there that's like food, like the scent, food scented. You can have like limey potatoes or like pamplemousse. Cucumber soap. Is it food flavored? I don't think so, no. Try your soap. My soap is scent free because it's better for you. There's less chemicals. It's just because I'm just a better person. Pining for the old country. The old country soap. My soap smells like spa. Unscented. Also a women-owned company. Because I'm good. A normal, better person, the best person who I know. Man, I want to frame that. I gave you the lecture. It's not a lecture. Does it sound like a lecture? To quote Mark Maron, what does he say? Progressives really have to deal with that. It's not party pooper. It's the fuck. Well, sorry, Mark Maron. I tried to quote you and I fucked up. As if he's gonna see that. I forgot the one term that was important to that quote. Poop.
Do not scream the word poop at the top of your lungs. I'm the conductor of the poop train!
Why would want to frame yourself? That's a terrible crime idea. I'm just gonna find a crime scene and just put some of my chest hair there. We have proof that you were there shirtless at the scene of the crime. I don't have to try. I'm just shedding all over. My DNA is all over town. That sounds gross. I did say I went to get a nuclear scan of my healthy heart, and they did, like, I have shaved patches of hair, like just squares of like no hair. Maybe the nurse / technician at the hospital kept it. They put it in a Ziploc bag. And they'll ship it to Leo. Leo wants my beard though, not my chest hair. She would be disappointed. Okay. That's enough. It's enough stupid, right? It was good talk though. I enjoyed that. All right, let's click that button. Boop. Let's right click, filters, crop main. Boop. And then click the play button. And then the game is wrong again. Can I have access to my mouse, please? Thank you. Please choose a screen and subtitle language. Can I have a new screen? That would be nice. Talk in the mic, JV. Can I get a there you go. I want Japanese subtitles. It's these ones. This is Japanese, right? That's Mandarin. That's Korean. It's Japanese. Have you played the Stanley Parable before? Nope. Nope. Press the wrong button. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. I can't see my computer. Please enter the current time. Can I get a bit? How do we're in the morning. Oh shit, come on, man. Can I just use my keyboard? This is a waste of time. Imagine having to click many times. What is the Stanley Parable? I don't know. Accessibility settings can be accessibility settings from the main menu. I heard of it. I've seen, I think, scenes. I'm pretty sure I was in Bekamo when that game was released. Am I wrong? It's so old. I don't think I want to change it. Quality profile? Dude. Oh, maybe change the audio, right? Audio is always super loud. This is 2013, really? Okay. The game is in the game and in the game. That's impossible. Because like, if this was rendered infinitely, for infinity, the computer could not generate infinity. It would crash. So it has to stop at some point, right? A bag of milk outside a bag of milk. This is some other time. This is a homework for another day. By the way, I forgot to say it, but like I've got a series of games that I want to play for my personal education, for reference, to see what's out there, because I have ideas for games I want to make. And the first idea that I pitched at Jackie, she said, that sounds like the Stanley Parable. So here we go. Poor Jackie.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
The end. We're good. We're done.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I have to do that, right? Okay. I mean, I don't have to. Like, I have an idea of what the game is. Well, Stanley walks fast, man.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Damn.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Stanley's
Perhaps
on
he had
crack.
simply missed a memo.
Sorry, Stanley, you're on crack. Can I adjust the mouse sensitivity? Camera sensitivity? Stanley's on crack, and he's never coming back. He's never coming back for the holidays.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
What's my number? I feel like I should remember my numbers. My number, 427. Okay. This is a miserable life in a miserable office. All that office coffee. Ew, office coffee. Bleh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, I wish I was 100% blind. Because, like, I know I can get in an argument with a narrator if I don't do what he's asking and shit like that. Thank you for the quote, Mel. That's true, Eddie, that's true.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Blue graphic in the header. So throw some bevel on all the text. Calm and productive environment. What's bevel? Everyone is unique. You most of all. I don't know. I look like a white guy to me. Oh. Number of slides on this slide. Charts and slides. Okay. Bi-quarterly post-review your review. Okay. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Okay. This is good. On your boss appreciation minute worksheet, circle the top 20 thing you love most about your boss. Fill out the triplicate. Oh, return to your boss. Solving interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, oh, you can't type. More inclined toward conflict until he's oh, fuck! Dreams of the future. Football. Comatose. Less air. Pollution? What? Mitosis? Tips for not getting fired. Talk less. Do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day, with no expectation of promotion or recognition. Don't get fired. Okay, we've seen that one. Yeah, I gotta say, yeah, okay. None of the guys on the slide had a beard, I know.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Wait, weren't we going to a conference room? Oh, that was it. It was empty. What the What? I wouldn't want to work there. Executive bathroom. This is a very relatable office experience. But so my idea for a game, it would be that, but like a horror game. So
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
I need fresher ideas.
Unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
So, what was the key? 2845? Behind the...
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
You said behind
Trying
the desk.
to input
Oh,
anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 284. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay. Uh-huh. He's not asking any questions, just going in. I'm going in. Deeper in.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
Always.
It was a stirring of emotion in his chest,
Really?
as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
That's a bit less
This
relatable.
question would not go unanswered for long.
Are there zombies in this game? Ah! Whoa! Ah! Hey, this looks like
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay. It feels like I'm following the narration for now. It feels like Portal. It plays like Portal a bit.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Sometimes you just choose. You use your free will to follow instructions. I wish my son understood that.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building,
Where's me?
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where
427.
freedom meant
I'm there.
nothing.
Okay. A slave obeys. But if I obey, but I'm not forced to obey, then it's cool, right? It's like following the laws. Or sometimes I ask things from my son, and he's like, "That sounds like an order." I'm like, "It's not. It's not an order. It's like a directive."
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Can I get it? Oh, okay.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I like the irony. And I'm being controlled to destroy what's controlling.
Hello,
me.
motherfucker.
You know what I mean? Hey, BFF, what's up? How do I break shit? Can I get a gun? Can I get a...
Father!
Have you had a haircut or facial or something? I had a facial. I look younger. It's, yeah, my face is round now. It's not square anymore.
Hello, motherfucker.
That's the difference. I'm radioactive. That too, yeah. I was injected with nuclear shit. Nuclear. Mind controls idle, awaiting input. What do you mean, Imagine
Dragons?
Dragons?
At last he found the source of the room's power. He knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
I didn't figure it out yet. Did I beat the game? Did I do it?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped
Where am I?
through the open door.
I'm definitely not in Canada right now. I feel like the Nicolas Cage gif, you know, when he's just like
Stanley felt the cool breeze
the
upon
wind
his skin,
blowing on his
the
hair.
feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Switzerland, yeah. I beat the game. Fuck yeah! One more to the list. Wait, what? I expected the credits. I expected having to like start a new game, like manually. Is it the actual time? It's not. Huh. End of stream just as I arrived. No, we're playing a game that's like, it's a mind fucker, you know? It took me like 15 minutes, not even, to beat the game because I followed instructions, but the whole premise of this is that you can just tell the narrator to go fuck himself and do whatever you want.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
A memo. I missed a memo. How are you doing, BFF?
Stanley went around touching every little... No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of
Oh,
his
don't interrupt
co-workers.
yourself, narrator. Take your time, man. I'm listening. How's Germany treating you, BFF? Are they being kind? Oh! Something happened! That mug is lying. I'm the #1 dad. Fuck you, employee 435. Who farted? Come on, 433. You're an idiot. I hate Mondays. See, I can relate to 431. Now this is getting somewhere. I'm sleepy and also not in Germany. I know you're not in Germany. God damn it. There's always a sound effect even if I'm not touching anything. You can't jump. We disabled it. I didn't try to jump. I was clicking. But thanks for the achievement. Fuck, I had that. I guess no ideas is gonna be brand new, right? Like I wanted in my game idea, I wanted to basically have a tutorial tell you there's no jumping in this game. That doesn't, like, it's not important. And then if you try, your character just stumbles. I thought it was a good idea. Anyway. Moving on. How to use help. Windows.exe. I'm just shutting down the PCs. Be my Valentine. Another who farted. Man, people in this office suck balls. How the mighty have fallen. It can be a good idea if someone else thinks of it too. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you can't hope to be 100% unique, really. Awaiting input. It looks like a input received. There's 5 characters. Look around. One, two, three, four, five. I can't. It's not letting me. I can't. Username access. Oh. F-U-C? F-U-E? F-U-E? What's F-U-E? Narrator, say something so I can do the opposite. We hate Mondays.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I hope you guys are not getting dizzy from all this camera movement. I think the office is staffed by Garfield clones. Because they hate Mondays? Does Garfield ever ask who farted?
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Drinking it? Come on, man, let me do something. Intestinal issues.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Shut up, narrator. Coffee nut.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
And I just get insulted by the narrator. The lights here are off. And the lights here are on. You know?
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Yeah, I'll keep moving, you fucker.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
No achievement for that one?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
A memo.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh, we haven't been there. I thought it was going to be the conference room. I'm going back here.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
There was a sign saying don't jump
Look,
up.
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. I'm asking, this is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Who's her?
She's been waiting.
Who's she? Because I didn't see no she when I followed all the orders, dude. There was no she. That's dark, dude. Thank you.
That's her, Stanley.
What the hell?
You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone. As Stanley picked up the phone,
no, I didn't.
A white light
I didn't.
engulfed him, filling him not just with
I
radiance,
unplugged
but
it.
with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
That's right.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
Pulling
You
on the
actually
cable.
chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous.
Wonder if I can
For
skip this.
example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Hello, motherfucker.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Hi, King. How's it going? Oh, it's 4:30. I need a back, crack, and snap, or whatever. I need to eat Rice Krispies. That's what it meant. Oh, they added a fence to the thing. I can no longer jump. It is noon, yes. I was quoting the game.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
For good? I see you don't feel good about that. I can tell with that, like, smiley face. Do you think there is a key card in this game? Because I can't tell if there is anything in this game. Temporary. I'll come back to Europe for good eventually. Ooh, for good. Look at you being European and all. I can see it. I think you have an European face looking enough. I know it's not about the face, but you know it's not real because you can see some textures popping in and out. This is a simulation. Fuck.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
The France people can say what the fuck they want, man. Not at all. We do not sound at all like that. Oh, France. The French people are rude to everyone. Yes. I feel like France really is the US of Europe.
Chaussette.
To be fair, 33% of the French people I met here were incredibly rude. Well, at least it's not all of them. Like, the French people I work with are nice. If anything, I'm ruder to them than they are to me. Du coup.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
So
I'm
just
quite
one of
sure
them's an
you'll be
asshole.
up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm surprised they opened the door.
Father!
Do you know how to be rude? You always seem like a sweetheart. It's not, I don't think I'm rude, per se. It's that I make jokes at their expense.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
This is a beautiful chair. I want it. I want that chair. They are? To be fair, the game is quiet. I don't have a choice. Okay. Hmm. Sorry, parents. Are you happy now, narrator? The chairs are in the ground.
It's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Can you do that? Oh shit. That's not what happens when you press Alt F4. Stupid.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make...
It's gone so far.
is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Is that an option? Can I do that? Well, we took the left before. I'm afraid of taking right because I don't want the same thing to repeat. Right is wrong. It's true.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly,
it repeats.
hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would.
Thank you, game. Thank you for not wasting my time.
And always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Now the question is, if I keep going right enough times,
when Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
probably not.
He entered the door on his left.
At this point, probably not. We've been
Yet there
here.
was not a single person here
done
either.
that.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I had the choice to go down the first time around. Hey, this door is no longer the bathroom. What's happening? Things are different. Oh shit, look, the office is different. Damn, son.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door?
Night
Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
That's quite a horrible thing to put on your wall as the boss.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115.
Is that a gun to a panda's head? What the fuck?
Right there on the wall.
Can the game hear me?
I'm
Night
sorry,
Shark
is there a problem?
115.
You didn't mishear me, did you?
E? E.
Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with this.
What? Jump? There's no jumping. Interact. Okay. Okay. I can crouch and auto walk.
Story. This is a crucial step.
That's not really auto because you have to maintain the right click. It feels worse somehow.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it, but
No,
you
I
know
can't.
what?
I can't do it. Sure.
Humiliating
Sure.
to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right?
Crows.
Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please.
Why do they have a QA coordinator?
Do something.
Is there any other QA? Just one coordinator?
This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right.
Sorry, Leroy?
I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
The credits showed like music coordination, music like whatever, and like additional voices, but there's only one voice and there's barely any music in there. I can hear the music now, but like, okay. All right, well, I can think of one more obvious path. There might be some less than obvious paths. Jackie, what do you think a QA coordinator does on his own on a project? His, her, their own. What do you coordinate if you don't have a team? Christ. Or it's just a title. That person tests and results. I don't know.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There must be something to do with this computer. Was it this one? I thought it was this one.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I did.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
There's not.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I'm just gonna...
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Is there nothing in the broom closet?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Sweet FA. It feels justified to me.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
I would...
Standing around doing nothing?
I would go in the broom closet,
Please
standing
offer
around
me
doing
some
nothing.
explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Sometimes work is too much. You just need a place to recharge.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, Did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite. I hope your friends find this concerning.
King, are you still around?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Damn.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
I was told recently that this is an old person thing. Do we need XD? And like youngsters don't know what it is anymore. So now I feel self-conscious about it. Are we done? Narrator? Was that it? It sounds like it is. Okay.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Have you seen the way children express phones with their hands? Express phones? Oh, like this, you mean? They don't do that anymore?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
It's too big. It's too big. That's what she said. They just do a flat palm like a touchscreen phone like this. We're going to hell. This is hell. I answer my phone and I regret it every time. Hey, look. There's a cat riding a motorcycle. It's kind of like Danny Placard's t-shirt. Only his is a dog. Hi, Louise. I wrote this in first period and left it in your locker on the second.
Hello, motherfucker.
On the way to school. It's what all the cool kids are doing. I've decided work are back. We are back. AKA, here's an idea for something. A droid. 2 cats on a motorcycle. There are 2 cats. Hey, this is good idea. What all the cat cool kids.
Fucking nerds.
Okay. This is hard. This is tiny. Do you love it yet? I find it boring. It made me smile for a while, but I find it boring. Like that, the tiny bizarre younglings. Hello Mel, hello BFF, cat on motorcycle, reading circle, title of your sex tape. What's the sex tape? I find it boring?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
That's true.
Why did
But
doors
I observed
close
that as soon as the
automatically
game
behind
started.
him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
That's me.
Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
After the married part.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And
Oh,
although she would
Stanley's
soon
dead.
turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
How many endings are there? What? There's an achievement that says don't play the Stanley Parable for 10 years. 10 years? Play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of Tuesday? What?
Someone was following Stanley. He would... Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Yeah, yes, I am.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth?
You made it.
No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Oh, no. What? No. I'm being manipulated.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause.
The achievement thing lied to me.
Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes,
oh my god, you
certainly
crazy.
50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling that. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417? Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
I didn't look at the numbers. I don't know. Where's 37? Is it before? Is it after?
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere.
I hate
now,
you.
door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415. I hate you so much.
Now, back to door number 437.
This is a social experiment. The game is playing with me. I want to play a game. I don't want a game to play with me.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine. All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
How long is this going to take?
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
How? I can't jump.
Yes! This is great!
No, it's
You're
not.
putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that.
No.
All right, let's keep it up.
No,
Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
I don't like you. I don't like you.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again! Finish
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430. Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley.
Have a good
Nothing
nap,
could hold you
BFF.
back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
I'm thinking the game is playing me. Is it cheating? It's not cheating. There's an achievement for quitting the game and starting again. Test achievement description. Replace this. I wouldn't know how to unlock that. There's an achievement called 888888888. The icon is 8, and the description is 88888888888. Like a lot of 8s. What is that? What is that? What is that? There's an achievement for changing all of the setting sliders in the menu. Achievement speedrun. Complete the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes 22 seconds. Okay. What's 8? I'm pressing and holding the 8 key. Nothing's happening. What is 8? 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. Oh, wait. Huh. I need to do that 5 times. Okay. When
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
This is like the only thing that has like a interaction. Oh, it's not.
Stanley just
not the
sat
bag,
around
it's the
twiddling his
keypad.
thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
I'm gonna do a wrong one again.
2845.
Can't play the piano. It makes me sad. One, two, three,
Forgot,
four.
but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in.
Oh, really?
And the door just opened all by itself.
Oh, wow.
And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Okay. But what's 12B4? This has to be something. Oh, no, I'm an idiot. Can I go back to the number pad? Yeah. Maybe I'm not an idiot, but I feel like an idiot. Wait.
8.
8. 8. Okay. Now we got that one too. Huh. Might as well. Whee! This is the dumbest achievement ever.
The story.
Wait, why didn't I get it?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Story of a man named Stanley.
Why did I not get the achievement? Fuck you. Bish.
This is the story of...
I was hoping the narrator would, like, tell a story while you adjust the slider. Or, you know, say something relevant. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did what I needed to do to get the achievement. It's not working. It makes me sad. I don't understand. Maybe I need to change the toggles as well?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Nope.
Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Is this an infinite hallway?
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's not infinite. Anything else you want to say, narrator? Hit. I said hit. Huh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral
Have a good
instant,
appointment, Jackie.
Stanley
Don't
was
forget about
obliterated
asking about
as
that
the machine
thing.
crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh, damn, look.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Hey, Jasma.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Yeah. Button sounds. A selection of sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. What was the code? There was an 8 in that code, so I can't use that code on. How are you doing, Jasma? I didn't see if you replied to me on Discord. Oh, god damn it. Sorry to read that, man. In my mind, I was gonna... Huh. I was gonna stream until you did. Where is it?
Stanley came to the lift. He traveled upward to the power source at the top of the facility to end this injustice forever. Stanley stood on the roof. Where were all of his co-workers? Oh, I don't know. How about they're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing? Does that sound plausible to you?
The countdown ending? I don't know no countdown ending. What is this? What? But okay. The countdown room.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see?
No.
Can you see how much they need one another?
I can't see anything.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot
Hello,
be seen.
motherfucker.
But listen to me. You can still
shit.
save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
We're back here?
Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
Oh.
As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
I'm not quitting the game. You can't force me.
Bruh.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Okay, I remembered something. The first time
All of his co-workers were gone.
played.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go
You
to
get
the
to the
meeting
end
room.
and you
Perhaps
get to
he had
choose
simply
to
missed a
power down
memo.
the machine. But there's also an on button. What happens if I click the on button?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Also, I'm gonna
Stanley
try to do it
decided to go
fast.
up to his
Yeah,
coming
that's
to
what
a
it is.
staircase. Stanley walked upstairs to his
For the,
boss's
you know,
office.
speedrun achievement. Because I'm an achievement bitch.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley
Oh
froze
shit, what
in
is it?
his
What is it?
tracks.
44285?
Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take.
Fuck.
Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting
Fuck.
into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from the man denied any hope, any reason to keep going.
Well, I'm not doing it
Here
fast.
on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's
Just give me the fucking code.
it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845. Statistically, nearly impossible, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
2845.
Stanley happened to input the correct code.
Someone note that
by
down
sheer
again,
luck.
please.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I was so close. What are you guys up to today? Are you holding up all right?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret
Alright, so the
did this
challenge of
place
making a game
hold?
like that
Stanley thought to
is
himself.
making
Did he
it
have the strength
fun.
to find out?
Because as much as I appreciate the idea, the concept, the writing, the execution, I find it boring.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's
But I might
co-workers.
also be the problem.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
Like
and
Taylor
Stanley,
Swift.
one of them,
It's me.
eternally
I'm the
monitored in
problem.
this
It's me.
place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't
Replayability?
be
What do you
true.
mean?
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job?
Yeah, but see,
his
that doesn't help me,
emotions had
Mel.
been manipulated to accept it blindly? No.
I feel like I'm just
he
listening to an
refused to
audiobook.
believe it. He couldn't accept
But,
it.
like,
His
walking
own life
around
in
at the same
someone
time.
else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Yeah.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
I went the wrong way,
Walking, eating, working.
There was a
all of
1
it
and a 2
monitored and
button
commanded
there.
from this very place. And as the cold reality
Okay,
of his
so
past
there's
began to
stuff
sink
that
in,
needs to be done
Stanley
here. There's another
decided
button
that this
here.
machinery would never again
1, 2, 3,
exert
4
its
buttons.
terrible power
5.
over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and
I'ma
for
click
all.
on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
That's right.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave.
Yeah, but I didn't.
If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's
that's the
emergency
countdown.
detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
Okay.
How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you,
Alright, we're supposed to
about
do.
me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
Okay, I
What's
can't
that?
click on anything.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free.
Failsafe.
Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when
yellow,
I tell
green,
it,
blue,
I
red.
simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly
Yellow,
and
green,
then dying
blue, red.
alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
It says
These
3.
Are precious
Just
additional
keep saying
seconds,
3.
Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter?
I don't
Stanley?
understand. Now
Is
it says
that you have
5.
no
What the
idea
hell?
Where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
Yes.
I mean, look at you. Running from button to
You have 3
button,
attempts remaining.
screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These
It still
numbered
says 5. I don't
buttons,
understand.
no,
Wait.
these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this
Activate
door.
button hint
Everything,
green
anything,
2.
something here will save me.
Button hint provided.
Why would you think
Continue.
that, Stanley? That this
Green.
video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble.
I'm giving up. I
This is
saw a
not
door. I'm
challenge.
digging it. Oh,
It's
fuck
a
you.
tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first,
Oh, the 0 button is
so
on
you
top.
can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces.
That's 4.
Will you cling desperately to your frail life? Or
I
will
don't
you let it go
understand.
peacefully?
I don't understand.
Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life.
Goodbye,
from the
employee
moment we
427,
fade in
that's me.
Until the moment I say, happily ever up.
I fucked up.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others. So
New
the thought
content-
of
what?
total solitude was terrifying to him.
This game.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Was there a way
Stanley decided to
to-
go up to his boss's coming to a staircase.
To
Stanley
stop the
walked
countdown
upstairs
at the
to
end
his
there?
boss's office.
Was there a way to
Stepping into his manager's office,
make it?
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't
It was
even have
not
a
an
single
achievement. It
minute
was
to
Baldur's
just
Gate
let
3
the
on sale.
narrator talk. That kind of anxiety
Open
isn't
up,
healthy.
fucker.
So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Oh no, you're not helping. How do you finish this in another 4 minutes? It's probably a different way. Oh, this game is trolling everyone playing it.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
I wonder if it's possible to click the up button here. Hey Neko, what's up? This game is killing me. Thing is, I want to enjoy
Stanley
it.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Maybe that's the problem. It's because
Now
I want
the
to
monitors
enjoy it.
jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
How's Neko doing?
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life
No, I
utterly
can't.
blind to the world?
Thank you, Jocelyn. That's good to know.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley
Skip it. Faster.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's
Holding a
command.
bucket? You can
Freedom
hold buckets in
was
this
mere
game?
moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this
I feel like this is
strange
taking more
building
than 4
hold?
minutes.
But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do,
Hello,
or how to
motherfucker.
feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
I'm trying. I've been trying for a half hour.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Yeah, apparently I was not fast enough. Okay. Okay, right. There's a new door, new
The
content
meeting
door.
room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Where's the computer that requires an input? And there's none of them now? This game is trolling me.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle. Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Can I get a, what?
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
But... I just like... I like work, I just like my boss. Sure.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
It is? That is funny. The original remake. That's not the right time. Why did I give them my time when I started the game?
I said maybe.
Don't play for 5 years. That was the original one. What's this? Unachievable. It's impossible to get this achievement. It's not. It's not in this version. The 5 years one is not in this version either. New video game releasing today. Creator is surprisingly down to earth. In loving memory of little Stanley. Aww, they had a mouse.
Je suis dans la memory zone, seul sur l'abri des loups, et je n'attends
What's with the faux French?
que toi, mon amour.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created. Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
I like how there's Google Plus down there. Yeah. Gigget it. Mm-hmm.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect.
Why is it 9?
It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content.
Why is it a 9?
It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Why is it a 9 if it's perfect? This door opened as well and I can't get in. The serious room. Okay.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again.
Okay. What about now? I have to go in the maintenance room? Yeah?
Wait. Hang on.
Yeah.
I don't recall this part of the memory zone before.
Uh-huh.
What's this? What's down here? Oh, no. Oh, God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years.
Yeah, they're bad.
I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
I wonder if they asked the permission to that person to put the comment in. Probably. Or it was made up. I really want this to be an actual review. Is it not?
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse.
I kind of agree with that one.
You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh, dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down.
No, it's fine. It's a cool experience. Don't beat yourself down, Stanley Parable. I'm just a bit bored, is all.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
That's it?
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, no, until 245. Got the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until in Oh, you're back, you see? You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but well, there's sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place.
Oh my god,
I guess I should become
I get it, it's fine, I get it.
Exactly how Steam works.
Perhaps you're gonna have to click that button over and over, it's funny.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing. Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you.
Yeah, but there's nothing else. There's a skip button. It does feel like homework. But it's good. I mean, it makes me think. Like, how do you make a game entertaining if it's not about the gameplay? Okay. The tree's dead. The clock fell. The alarm's ringing. Ah. Mel doesn't like that sound. There's still no door, no nothing, no way out.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their...
Can I die yet? Can I just die? Kill me, please. Please. Make it stop. Please make it stop. I didn't ask for a skip button.
Never the end is 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 never the end is.
What happened? Do I have a path out? Oh. Okay. Can we... There's a ladder there. There's a ladder and there's a hole. There's a ladder and there's a hole. Why am I still alive? I haven't eaten anything for I don't know how long. Damn it. What? It's not pretty anymore. This is torture. Mel, this is torture. Why did you make me play this game? Oh no, the button fell. Oh, there's a hole. Can I press it again? No? No? Okay. Oh no, the entire universe is a wasteland, but somehow this room still exists. So why is Journey fun and this isn't? Is it because of the collectibles? Is it because of the collaboration?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Visual stimulation.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The end is never the end is never the end is never the end is never the...
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
It's annoying rambling narrator. You like this game? I don't hate this game, Mel. Don't get me wrong. Hate is a strong word. Maybe I was not mentally prepared. Was that door always open?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
New content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
It's tedious. I'm feeling the tedium. Sorry, Mel. I don't want to hurt your feelings. Alright, Josma, take care of yourself, man.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
This one is horrible. I guess not. This one's horrible.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
There's twos everywhere. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Is it reassurance bucket? The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Hear your name in the game. Are you serious? Like, what?
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. Jim. Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim, rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally dying a slow death at an old age, surrounded by members of your cult as Jim. Do you feel it in your soul? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button. Jim. Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Can I go? Can I go?
Jim. Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
I want to stop. I want to stop.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
I wonder how many screenshots of the please no screenshots were taken. A reassurance bucket. Where's the bucket? It's up here. Okay. Infinite hole. Should we get the bucket or get in the hole? Should we jump in the hole with the infinite bucket? We probably can't do that. Did I say infinite bucket? Reassurance bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game.
It's not there. The bucket is not there.
It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps
hey, this looks like Seven Nation Army
even come to long
music
for
video.
the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for
Shut up! Shut up! Let me take the bucket. I don't care.
Less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes,
damn it!
The bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
I want to jump in the hole with the
Does
bucket.
anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video? Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is. Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
Where's the hole? New plus easy achievement. I can't believe it's that simple. Get it here. Damn it. How can a game have so much and so little at the same time? Like I want to see everything, but also I want it to be over.
You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement.
Just give it to me.
Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement... Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
The game is fucking trolling me, man. Alright, I guess one more thing, and then I'm gonna eat because I'm starving, and it might not help my enjoying of the experience. Can you find them? Can you find what? Is this the infinite hole?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Sweet.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
I can go back to the jump circle.
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
This is really what happened with the Koroks in Breath of the Wild. The Koroks don't give anything. They're fun though. They go. Wah, wah, wah.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Let me fall in a hole. Damn it. I'm starving. My belly hurts. Is this the hole?
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you
a golden poo.
The Stanley Parable 2.
I'm sorry, Mel, if you went through the trouble of finding all of them.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's
you know what it gives you? It gives you the sense of
Hold
pride
on. Let me do a different
and the right to say, hey,
Okay, yes.
I
Yes,
got all of
This
those.
is much better. I feel
Which is the
good
same
about
as
it.
achievements, really.
Here we go. Version
I can
2.
proudly say I got all the achievements for Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, 2, 3,
Who am I
Bloodborne.
kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all.
Not
It's a
Elden
lot
Ring,
of
not
gags.
Sekiro.
And I do very much enjoy
Bragging rights,
creating
yeah.
gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own.
As bored
They
as
would
I am,
need
this
the
brings up
structure and the
like
gameplay of the
it
original.
makes me think
Wait,
because
maybe that's
I
it.
did have an idea,
I can take
the idea of
original
having a
Stanley
narrator,
Parable
a
and simply,
narrator in one of the games I'm
insert
thinking
a
about
few of my new
that I
features
want to
into
make.
it.
It wouldn't be that fucking verbose
with
though.
respect, with
Shut
care
up.
for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly
And the big
work?
question is always like, how do you
Suppose it
make
could,
some?
but it would need
How do
a
you make
really
a narrative-heavy
title screen.
game
A title screen
entertaining?
that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the
And not make
Stanley
you feel like you
Parable
want to
2."
skip to the end.
Let me
you
see
know?
if I can whip something up.
I think I vaguely remember a naked
Perfect.
woman on the cover.
Go ahead.
JV talking
Take a
about
look.
retro games. I know exactly what game it was. What's going on? I should have paid attention. Oh look, the colors of the settings is red now because it's new. Is that why I didn't get the achievement before? Because it wasn't the red ones.
This is the story of a man named
Narrator of Darkest Dungeon makes the game 90% more enjoyable. Doesn't it get old though? You might not like me because I say that, but doesn't it get old? I feel it kind of gets old. It just removes the jump button when you click on simplified. That's funny.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
There's balloons.
Employee number 427's
Oh,
job
God.
was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push,
Never gets old.
how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Eddie, did you write that out of memory or did you Google it?
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say
Because
hi.
there's one quote that
Never
I'm
in
trying to
all his
remember.
years at the company
It says
had this happened.
something
This
is the
complete
weapon that cuts on its
isolation.
own. What's the
Something
first
was very
word?
clearly wrong.
It's not deadly.
Shocked, frozen solid,
not swift.
Stanley found himself unable
not-
to move for
what
the
is it?
longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
You're satisfied when a guy says that because it means an enemy died on his own because of bleeding or blight. And I'm a blight guy. I do love me some blight. Confidence is a slow and insidious killer. I'm ordering some food because I'm a lazy ass. That's what I'm doing. So what is it? What's the weapon that cuts on its own? Great is the weapon that cuts on its own? Great? Okay. You'd think they would have used a fancier
All of his co-workers
word.
were gone.
A knife.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Knife is a
Perhaps he
weapon
had
that
simply
cuts on its
missed a memo.
own. That's not true unless you
No matter
fall
how
on
hard
it.
Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Don't fall on knives, people. Hey, look, they added a little thing here so you can't walk that way. Happy 12th birthday, Stepniece. The other balloon was so much better.
Stanley
Yay!
picked up the bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket. That's it. That's it. That's it. Jocelyn told me something different happens when you have the bucket. So I'm gonna get a bucket.
Clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
Jesus.
Perhaps his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh my god, they re-recorded everything for the bucket. That's crazy.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned.
Damn.
To discover not an indication of any human life.
2485.
Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
458.
In his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and
2
guiding light
5
pierce the dark
8
clouds
4.
of confusion and chaos. It would be with him
2
always.
8
The bucket would.
4 5.
And he knew it. But Stanley
Thank
guessed
you.
the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was
I like
the
your roller
bucket
coaster of
guiding
emotion.
him? Yes. This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Oh, collectibles.
Found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting
There's
all of
6
these.
of them for
Only
real.
the
I thought it was
intrinsic
just
pleasure
like
of a
just the
job
one
well
and
done.
make you
You
believe
can't buy
that.
that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore
Please,
you to
shut
savor
up.
each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Hey, do you think they sell those in real life? It'd be a nice little figurine to have on your desk. The up button doesn't do anything. Great is a weapon that cuts on its own.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him,
Confidence
reassuring that
surges
in
as
this
the enemies
darkest moment of
fall.
uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Stanley and the bucket.
Mind Control Facility.
Okay. This is good. This is good.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being
I could have
videotaped,
escaped, yes.
monitored like guinea pigs.
But I was told using the
I'd never
bucket
seen anything like
and
this,
the countdown
and it very nearly burst
does
into
something
tears
different.
as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring
I
it
just hope
that
it's
everything would
different
be
enough
fine.
and it's not just the same lines but with the bucket.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to
Packs
do?
loaded
What
with loot
kinds of things
are often
does
low
a
on
bucket want to
supplies.
do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Soothed. Sedated.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
The light, the promise of safety. This is coming back. They're all coming back to me now.
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded.
Isn't it disappointing
from
when
its
you use a
very
healing
place?
skill and you heal 1 HP and the guy's like soothed, sedated, and like, no, 1 HP is not gonna save me.
The bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was
momentary
prepared to throw the
abatement.
bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
There's a lot of D data files.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world.
It had to be
The mind
birds.
controls
It
were
just
only
had
a
to be
facade
birds.
to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Oh man, Mel, you're still around? Melika is still around. Like, am I missing something that's absolutely mind-blowing and I have to see? Because I feel like I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to be done with Stanley Parable.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
It's beginning to change.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
I'm gonna play for a bit, but yeah. Listen to Eddie.
Truly,
But Eddie's saying I should listen to you or not.
It was a grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right, then walking to the lounge, then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
I'm not asking my neighbor.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
I think I've never been here. Oh, the meeting room's over there. But what's the room in between?
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Yeah, that's the thing here. This is new.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd
What the
find
fuck is
place
this?
eventually.
What?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley.
Uh-huh.
We've come together here because we care about you very much.
Uh-huh.
It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content.
Uh-huh.
We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel.
I don't know what the
They want
Adventure
more
Line
of their
is.
favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Jealous of JD's bucket. It's a good bucket. What's the Adventure Line? What's the Adventure Line? Oh, is the yellow line the Adventure Line?
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played
It was
some
in the
silly
original
music as
experience? Because
well.
I didn't see it before. What the hell?
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
I don't.
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, I remember that one. Yes.
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
The bucket.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Holy shit. That's
I
violent.
think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
Can I keep the
Can you
bucket?
guess
Do I have a
what
choice?
the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket.
No, I want to
and then
save the
pop
bucket.
it into the machine when you're ready.
The bucket is the best part of the game. Fuck you. Keep in the bucket.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket.
No, never.
I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket.
Bucket.
Destroying buckets is all it knows.
No.
That is its
me
singular
out.
personality trait.
I'll
Sure,
save the
I
bucket
can
if it's
hear
the last
you
thing I do.
saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and... The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here,
Woo!
you were
Well, that'll get the heart pumping.
magnificent.
I mean, Mel, I'm sure there's stuff that I haven't seen, but like we didn't really repeat the experience one time. The only thing that we repeated was trying to do the speed run and failing at it.
All of his co-workers were gone.
The bucket
What
is
could
gone
it
too.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
How dare you
Perhaps
do
he had
this to
simply
me,
missed a
game?
memo.
Kill the
No
bucket.
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Figurine Finders Comedy. Meeting room. Oh, the bucket's here. Alright. So the idea, I don't know if I should talk about this out loud, but whatever, man. It's not like I have a million viewers. The idea for the game that I had was basically like this. I don't know if you've seen the show Severance, but like kind of be inspired by that, but it wouldn't be like any narrator. But it would be like an office. How to whisper it? Yeah, it'll be like an office environment with an office job. That makes no sense really. But then like you have to complete mundane tasks that you're just given as an employee. But like it was the basic idea is that it would be like an escape room. Like you have to figure out how to get out of the office to like end your day. But like, every time it would like just loop back and shit would get weird. But like unsettlingly weird. And every time you manage to get out of the office, you just like you're just right back in there. So it's quite similar than this. A bit of like a PT vibes as well. You know how PT is just one corridor, and every time you go through, things are a bit more weird and unsettling.
The confusion
that's what I
and
had
the
in mind.
chaos
But
all seemed to melt away.
the challenge would be
Stanley
making it. Like,
embraced the bucket. Stanley pressed the bucket upon
Yeah,
every
yeah.
little thing in the office.
That's the thing. That's the
Nothing
challenge, is
responded
making
to
it
the bucket's
interesting
touch,
and like.
But it did little to discourage
compelling.
Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes.
Tremorte?
I like that. Another Stanlerine
That's so morbid.
under your belt.
I want to go in the executive's bathroom. Oh, I can!
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
I got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. That's a lovely purse. What's the word here? So. Sag. Soj. Sag. Oh, fuck! That's something else I haven't done. Say. It was say. Thank you, Eddie. Say what you want. But don't play games with my affection. Are we going up or down? The song said Stanley. Come on, man. Come on. There's enough waiting in this game. You didn't have to artificially add more. Open up. Are we back where we were? Mel. Why are you doing this to me?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing present. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Do 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 do. I don't know. I don't remember the notes.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Ugh.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter.
There's a
his
pirate
one friend
employee
in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
How do you high-five a bucket? Alright, it's gonna be the last one I do. I'm just gonna pick the the happy ending here with the bucket. See what happens, and we'll call
When
it.
at last they came to the... Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
How are you doing, Mel?
Yes.
Did I
They
ask?
had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip
Stanley
of
and
the
the
evil
bucket.
mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind
The
of
last
life
two
they
streams,
wanted to live
I had
once they
an
stepped through this
unidentified
massive
person,
door.
different people,
The bucket wanted to
say
learn
hi
roller
on
skate.
chat. And
Stanley
I said
wanted to
hi,
sneeze in every
and
country
then
on
they didn't
Earth.
say anything
Both
else,
of
so
them
I don't
wanted
know
to
if there
begin
were
watching a
people
movie,
that
any
I
movie,
knew or
but
not.
then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket.
That's a new ending.
Go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
This is different again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh. Alright. That's enough. All right, my friends. This is going to be it for today. I appreciate your presence and friendship and kind words and sometimes not so kind words. And have a great weekend. I wish you a great holiday period. If I don't see you again, I don't know if I'll be live on Sunday. We'll see. Might be live again. You know what I mean, Mel. Should I not say that word? Holiday time. I might be live again early next week, Monday or Tuesday. My parents arrive on Tuesday, and I'll be off until New Year's for sure. With a bucket. It's like, oh my God. It's almost 2 full weeks of no me time. Oh my God. This is heavy. Oh God, family, Christmas, and all that jazz. It's so great, isn't it? Love it. I love my parents. Don't get me wrong. I love my parents. I love my kid, but I do enjoy having my me time as well. And almost 2 weeks of no me time is gonna be rough. Oh, it's gonna be rough, man. Everything's okay. This is fine. Take care of yourselves, my friends. So much joy.
Goodbye, JV.
Why?
It was great meeting you.
Why? No!